Good evening. Welcome to the week one review of the rundown. It's just me, Steve, at the moment. Oz has gone AWOL, so he'll probably join at some point. So apologies if you prefer him over me. I'll do my best to be as entertaining as possible until he gets here, and then he can take over. But yeah, so week one. What we'll do in the show, we'll just review all the week one stuff. Have a look toward a look ahead towards week two. Um, Quite a few talking points, I think. I'll try and delay a little bit to keep all the juicier stuff for Oz to respond to. But yeah, there was I would say a couple of upsets, or it's hard to call them upsets so early in the season, but certainly unexpected score lines. Um, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Well, one, how the season plays out. I think with, and it's probably the same in the NFL, right? It takes 2-3 weeks of fixtures for us to start to really get a gauge of really what's happening or what we can expect in the season and what an upset really looks like. That's why I don't put any bets on the NFL the first few weeks because it's just all over the place. So yeah, it's hard to call some of these results upsets really when they're just unexpected based on what we know of the teams and everything. But yeah, so those of you that sort of follow what we do on our live streams, we had a live stream game. We live streamed the Prem South game, the only Prem South game, which was Solent Thrashers versus the Cambridgeshire Cats. So I'll talk about that for a little bit. It was an interesting one. The It was, but first of all, it was awesome, like doing it. The amount of people that were coming up to us and chatting to us and interested in what we're doing, or just sort of showing, in some instances, sort of gratitude. Shaking hands and thanking us and stuff was really cool. Um, so that was really nice. We did have a couple of technical issues for those of you that watched it. It was a nightmare because I was up a tower filming, and I had to drop down the tower every single time to deal with something. So yeah, Oz has just messaged me saying his computer takes an hour to boot up. My question to him when he comes in will be, then you should have started that an hour ago. Well, it's not a question; it's a statement. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, and in coming down that tower, it wasn't that straightforward. It was quite a narrow, wobbly tower. I was worried about my equipment falling off of it, so yeah, I had to be careful. I couldn't just like rush down, and yeah, it was just a bit. And I was also conscious that Tebs was controlling. So we've got cameras being filmed, and then we've got like a centralized. It's over there. I can't show you, but like this thing it's called a YOLO box where everything feeds into. Tebs had control of that, so we can see all comments and stuff. Oh, actually, I can see comments on here. Should we pull some up? See comments and stuff, and yeah, it was him trying to commentate as well as like making sure he had the right angle. And I didn't know whether he'd switched over or not. So it was just a bit of a nightmare trying to deal with stuff up and down several times. But once we got it sorted, it was good. We got a couple of comments. Let me just. I enjoyed the silent stream after your initial. Yeah, yeah, it was a nightmare. But yeah, they won't happen again. Thrashers move the sideline, team huddles. Yeah, so that was another thing. Yeah, so there was multiple issues. One was that I we've got a Starlink satellite. We'd set that up. First time ever using it, apart from in my home, just to test it, and that didn't work essentially. So um, it's supposed to set up its own wireless network, and for some reason it didn't, and I didn't have time to troubleshoot it, so I had to deal with that. That was like a main issue in going in, and then hey Oz. Oh, sorry, you don't know that I can see him. Hello Oz. We can't hear Oz, which is even funnier. At least we can see him and we know he's around. Well, no, well, he was around. Yeah, so that was the big issue was the connection to the internet. Then went and fixed that by switching over to data connection, which was fine, strong enough, no problem. But in switching over, it then did two things. One of them was turn all the mics on the cameras, um, which was an absolute nightmare. So we didn't know that the camera that I was up on the tower on was also picking up all of the huddles and everything. And all of a sudden, I noticed everyone had moved, um, and I was trying to keep an eye on, people commenting and stuff, but ultimately, I can't see stuff. It's more important for me up that tower to just get the footage and make sure we're filming the right thing, um, than it is to worry about anything else. But then, yeah, that caused an issue because then all of the mics were live. So anything I was saying, not that I was saying much, but when I did try and radio Tebs, it was going, everyone could hear it. Um, and then obviously the sidelines, it was picking up. And at the time, Solent were down by up to 14 points, depending on what point you watched it. There was a lot of colourful language. And I haven't watched it back yet, but I'm fairly sure it picked it all up, which is, yeah, unfortunate. But at the same time, we're not billed as a children's show or anything. So it's not too much of an issue. It's just something we want to avoid, right? Oz, are you with us yet? Oh, he's being a prick. Can you hear me, Oz? I don't know. He's probably gonna. Sorry, guys. Just say a word. I know you can. I know you can hear me. Oh, you can't hear me. Oh my god. What the hell's going on with him? We got more technical issues, but they're nothing to do with me at the moment. I can tell you that. Hold on. Anyway, yeah. So that was some of the issues we were having on the live stream. Got it sorted, and then everything sort of calmed down a bit, so that was cool. But I had to like fix multiple things, and it was a nightmare going up and down the tower every single time. But we're all good. They all got sorted in the end. I just need to fix that satellite for next week. So we're doing the Northants game this week. I don't know who it's against. I should know. Oh, it's Sheffield Giants. It's against the Sheffield Giants. I remember that. Right. Let me just message Oz. I'm just gonna flick the chat on, so if you guys do say anything, we can see it up on the screen. But yeah, got yeah. So let me just talk about the Thrashers game. Hold on, let's see what I don't know what Oz is doing. Um, Let me just check. Sorry, guys. This is a nightmare. Mine's fine. Obviously, you guys can hear me, which is cool. So yeah. Sorry about this, guys. Cool. He's just said he's got no idea. Anyway, yeah. Sorry. Let me go on to the Thrashers game. So that or the Thrashers Cats game. Obviously, the Cats. For those of you who haven't seen it, I say obviously for those of you who haven't seen it, the Cats went 2 scores up, 14-0. And that was after like they weren't freak touchdowns, I would say. The I think the Thrashers started with the ball. They didn't score, and then the next drive, the Cats scored, which was I think it was a fairly convincing drive. It was quite decent, but ultimately, like my summation of it was like this is like what the Cats are doing is very high tempo, and I think that's sort of what it came down to. Was their style of play was very effective, obviously, but they couldn't maintain it, and they couldn't. Like it felt like they. Sorry, see, I was just trying. Um, I don't know what's going on. Let me just try and kick him out and then get back in again. Nah, I don't know what's going on. Oz, if you can hear me or not, you can just. Oh, you can hear me. I just can't hear you. Okay, but at least you can hear me. There's nothing coming through on the audio. Oh, there we go. Whatever that did, you've got a dodgy cable. That's what that is. It will not come. It's Mess with the cable again. It sort of came to life mildly. No, it's still off, but that's what the problem is. Oh my god. No, I can't hear you, mate. Can hear something happening, but not actual audio coming through. Just crackling. Like that is. Yeah, I'm gonna turn you down just a bit because it's crackling. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, my summation was like the Cats are good. They got some great weapons, wide receiver in particular, deadly player. I had a few American accents from the Cat side of the ball, so I think their safety was an American. Turn it off and on again. Yeah, it's exactly what he needs to do, Jake. In a way, it's nice. We just can't hear him, hear him going on about stuff. But it's definitely your cable. It's your cable. Find another cable. We'll find another mic. Anyway, so yeah. But then I also feel like with this, I think the Cats benefited from quite a slow start. From quite a slow start from the Thrashers. Really, once the Thrashers got going, it was like I felt watching it. There was only going to be one winner. Like that, they just started just shutting everything down and getting yards. I do want to talk about some of their players actually, but I'll wait for Oz to come on. But yeah, they were just they just started to like click and build momentum and the Cats really had no answer until what I did notice in the Cats was quite late in the game when the game was decided really at that point, but they brought on Sam Huxtable at quarterback. I don't know why Sam didn't start. Sam made a massive difference. And this isn't shade at the this isn't shade at the starting quarterback for the Cats. I don't know who that guy is, but he was decent, man. But Sam just plays at a higher pace and was just a lot more deadly. He did throw almost a pick six, but it was converted. So
Hello.
Yeah, there we go. Right, let me turn you up.
Woo!
Oh my god, Oz. What is it? 15 minutes in.
Yeah, welcome to Technical Issues featuring Oz and Steve.
I need to buy you whatever cable that is. Tell me what it is, and I'll buy you a new one.
I don't know.
Don't worry about it now. Just take me a picture of it later.
You're talking to a man who spent 15 minutes trying to figure out to make it work. So how?
Yeah, I suppose you put in that effort now. You don't want to part with that cable.
Well, it works, doesn't it?
You're attached.
I've just proven that it works. So
yeah, you have. Yeah. My apologies.
Welcome.
Yeah. No. Oh yeah. So we've got a comment from Jordan actually saying no way.
Fuck him.
By next game, everything happened on a different speed. Yes, exactly what I was saying. He's just got that tempo. He's got that pedigree, right?
Is this the Cat Silent game?
Yeah. Have you not heard me talking about it?
I've heard about the last sort of 10 minutes. No, probably I say 10 minutes. That's a very euphemistic. It's not the last 10 minutes. We've only been going for 14. Probably about the last 5 minutes. I sort of caught up a little bit where you mentioned that they'd swapped QBs and how it wasn't the first QB's fault.
Yeah, I've got a feeling like it felt to me that and I know this exists in a lot of other clubs. Actually, someone actually mentioned to me a Premier League club. No, not a Premier League club, but a club that had attracted a load of Premier League players who might be suffering from this as well at the moment, where the coaches have got their favourites, and it's easy to have favourites when you.
Is it Kent? Because you told me that everybody from Kent had left.
Well, no, not Kent. Not yet.
East Kent. Sorry, East Kent. Kent.
East Kent Mavericks. So I can see. I can from a coach's perspective. Not that I've ever been or want to be a coach, but I can see he's caught between a rock and a hard place. Like, do you stick with the guy that got you where you are?
No, you play the best fucking player. This isn't one of those cases. This isn't one of those cases where I'm gonna just pour shit downhill on. From what I've heard from other people, like it's the other dude isn't bad. Like it's not like we've got a case of an absolute shocking player here and then a really good player. We've got a good player, and a great player.
Yes.
But
but the other problem. So this was another issue I had. Right. Hux isn't just a QB. He can play.
No,
he's from.
He
could do anything, right?
Like, we've got Caden giving us his combine numbers weekly. He's just classified as an athlete.
He's someone you want on the field, whether that's offensively, defensively, if he's up for it. They had him as the punter or the kicker. They did, because he can do that as well, right? But that's only what they used him as until they brought him on as QB. And I was like, that's just not. But I think, this guy's a weapon. I don't mean that in the negative influence of it. I mean, he's a deadly weapon within a team, right? Like
for our non-UK based audience is going, what's the negative influence? Like everybody's like, I get what you mean. He's a weapon, great. And the UK audience is like, is he a tool? Is he a weapon?
He's someone that if you're playing against, you have to scheme against. You
he didn't even think to drive the bus to the game.
Individual. Everything that drive the bus to the game. Hey, you don't know that he didn't drive that bus.
Well, see, that's the thing. I'd be calling him out on that. I'd be like, what is going on? Old Johnny over here, just he's only on a provisional. Like, come on, Hux, up you go. Sort it out.
And it just get you there like so smoothly and faster than anyone thought possible, but without breaking any laws. Like,
still he gets all the greens in the traffic lights.
There's a parking space right there when you get there.
Yeah. There's no roadworks the way on the route that he would take. Like anytime you get rerouted by Google, it's Google asking Hux which way is the best way to go.
Right, mate? Yeah. Hux, we've cleared a path for you.
Yeah, he was at Swansea Uni, got them promoted, kept them up several years. Didn't even play for them, was just there. He just turned up. And he was just his presence on the sideline was enough to get them promoted and keep them up. Sam Huxtable is Brit Ball's Chuck Norris.
Yeah, like he's one of Brit Ball's babes. I just saw him on a sideline yesterday. It pains me.
I didn't even know he existed until last week, but now he's Chuck Norris.
Yeah. Although I do want to talk about this properly rather than just saying they did the wrong thing or whatever. But I think Ken it has the coach done the right. You said no, the better player plays, but he's also just come into the team. Like I don't know how long he's been practicing, but they announced it about 2 weeks ago that he joined.
Do you remember? I feel like we're going to go back to like an argument that me and you had on stream about 3 years ago about training, about the quality of player and practice.
Oh, what?
And
quality players
and preseason and do you remember the Brit Ball's Taysom Hill?
That's a great comment, Ryan. I love Taysom Hill. He's not my favourite NFL player. So,
I hate Taysom Hill.
I know you hate. I'm not going to talk about it because I don't know.
No, because I hate him. I hate him because he's a burden for fantasy football. He ruins everything good about fantasy football.
I love him. He's Mr. Football for me. I love watching him. Anyway.
He fucked off, did his Mormon mission, came back, and like some of the contracts that he's received are just absurd.
Really? I didn't know that.
Oh, he got like 140 mil from the Saints, but they tacked like 5 void years on, so that way that they don't have to actually pay him. So it's like 140 mil contract, but they had to like slap all these void years on to get it under the cap. And the reality is he's not going to make anywhere close to that much, but he can turn around and say like have probably started
use that to negotiate.
Well, no, it was more that it's not even the negotiation. It's just he gets paid, but it's more that like the unhealthy relationship between him and Sean Payton. I'm sure Sean Payton touched him as a kid. Like there is some Stockholm syndrome, like in amongst the fact that either that or he's got photos of Sean Payton doing some provocative poses because there is no way he should have got this 140 mil contract. But then they were like, the only way that we can do it is like we're going to slide these void years on the end. And then
Right.
you've got like MVP player, like caliber players like Lamar Jackson, who won MVP 2019, I want to say.
Mm.
And he's out here fighting for his life, trying to get a Taysom Hill contract. The Taysom Hill ain't done shit, so it's unreal.
Right. Well, also,
back to Brett
something I
Ball.
wanted to
Back to Brett
say, just for the viewers, we're not trying to duplicate what the Breens do. Like they're the
No.
football masters, so we won't.
They actually
we
know
won't,
what they're talking about.
We won't. We'll talk about our highlights and our shit, and that's it. Like we're not going to.
You're not actually going to get any in-depth analysis here because
We're
neither of us know.
Talking about, oh, look at the shit that's happened this week.
Yeah, neither of us actually know what we're talking about in terms of anything. So if you want real
if you
in-depth,
had joined the stream pre-go live, we could have talked about that and figured out, oh, we're going to talk about these things, but no, you didn't, So now this
sounds like that sounds like preparation.
Yeah. Oz, I just wanted 4 minutes prep. That's all I wanted, right?
Steve, if you wanted preparation, co-host with a fucking brain. If you wanted thoughtfulness, insight, and actual preparation. If you wanted commitment, you should have got Tebs.
Tebs is quality. Everyone else, we'll prepare, not you.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, have you seen the results? Do any results stand out for you?
I thought I actually wanted to talk about the Solent Cats game.
Did you watch it? Did you watch our broadcast?
No, I didn't because the missus was away in Barcelona, so I spent the entire weekend. I bought an Xbox Series X. So I spent the entire weekend.
You said, that's fair enough.
Playing Xbox.
That's completely,
Yeah, no, I played way
too
much. MLB The Show 23. Baseball the whole weekend. That's all I did.
Jordan, we'll come back to your question about who goes down, but let's
I think Kent does because I still think like
do you know what? From what I've seen and what from what I've sort of heard, I'd agree with Ken actually, but we haven't seen them play.
No, we haven't.
But we've just had lots of people left. But then what I also heard was those that have left and gone to the East Kent Mavericks. Some of them have left there because they apparently East Kent Mavericks were like, I don't know, didn't like the way that their coaches were talking to them, and there was like apparently no playbook or not a readily available playbook, and that annoyed people. So
right,
and just like weird calls, like not instead of like a scheme, where you're like, oh, we call this, and that, it always means this. It was just all a bit randomized words that you couldn't figure out what it meant. So
East Kent was just up to fuck all, and is what you're telling me.
I don't know. I'm telling you a rumor of what I've heard. Everything behind any of it.
People need to understand that everything that we mention is hearsay. It's just hearsay. It's all unsubstantiated. Don't take anything that we tell you on the stream as fact.
Yeah. Well,
don't go away.
Unless I say this is a fact.
This is a fact.
The fact is, we don't know. But what I found was being in the game day arena as like a neutral participant.
Right.
The amount of people that were coming up to me and giving me information, just talking to us in general, was unbelievable.
Right.
People just wanted to just have chat with us. It was quality. I loved it.
It was what you and Tebs heard on the sideline then, yeah?
Yeah, basically. Well, not necessarily on the sideline. It could have been on the field, pre-game, anywhere. But yeah, the amount of stuff, the amount of information that was shared with us, we're like, oh my! Even like so, Al Kulpi was there, and he was he's quality, mate. Well, he loved.
I forgot. He's Cats.
He's Cats. Yeah, so he gave us loads of stats at half time, which was awesome. Like, and the stat from the Cats was they had 2 passes completed and scored 2 touchdowns from them. So they've completed 2. Obviously, that changed in the second half, but by half time, 2 passes, 2 touchdowns. That was their And there was one guy, Adam. I think you say his name Bowley or Bowley. I don't know, but he's a Thrashers running back. Been there for a few years now, and I saw him on the sideline quite a bit. Like the Thrashers have got some amazing running backs, right? And I saw. I wondered if he was like injured, but he was kitted up. But I know he's like he's definitely a leader there, right? Talking to people and stuff. He went on, and his stat was 1 carry, 1 yard, 1 TD. It was brilliant. It was brilliant.
So Ryan's just asked, have we covered the Bombers versus the Miners yet? No, and we're going to.
We'll get there, absolutely.
We have to get there.
Yeah.
Right, should we start with the Prem and just work our way down then?
Yeah, let's go. So you what else have you got to say about the Cats Thrashers?
So I didn't see the game because I was too busy just sitting on my ass eating KFC playing Xbox. From what I read from it, because I'm friends with a few Solent players on Facebook and a few Cats players on Facebook. From what I read and took away from it, it was close to start with, and then Solent essentially just got it like kicked into another gear. And
I wouldn't say close to start with. I think Solent went from
the other way around.
from being the underperformer to maybe neutral, matching them and doing well, and then they just fucking blew them out. Like they actually went through every phase, like it was like they're getting dicked here.
I've got some mad echo going on.
Really nicely. This might be a shootout. Alfie Burks comes on. Oh my god! But also Lewis Munt, and I told you about Alfie Burks and Lewis Munt last week. I also told you last week that I said Tyrese hasn't been saying much, and he's now signed for an ELF team. I'm the new Britball Oracle, right? That's just that's a fact.
Okay?
And it's inflated my ego. I've stopped going to work. Not eating carbs anymore. I'm waking up at 4 a.m. to meditate. Like I'm really, 2-footed into this thing just because I got 3 things right.
I mean, when compared to other things, though, who else has got anything right?
Who else has got anything right?
Yeah, well, we think about Britball. No one ever gets anything fucking right.
No, well, I don't
know. You've got 3 things right, which is like 3 times as much as anybody else ever gets right.
I don't know. I think you've got to give some credit to something like that. A broken clock is correct twice a day.
Twice a day, yeah.
You throw enough shit out there, something's going to stick right at some point. But,
so you've got one more than the broken clock. So that's
exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So I've had to change my lifestyle because it's too that's too much data.
You were the broken clock with daylight saving.
Yeah. It depends what time.
The hour kicked in, so you got it again.
Anyway, right. I just want to read some of these comments before we go into a little bit more chat.
Yes. So Tebs is deciding that he's not done just commenting on the actual stream. He's going to comment in the comments.
Away, can you?
Yeah. Right. Head of media, Chris Tebbett.
Head of media. I think he is head of. I don't know what his title is. He's in charge of Sport Tank Media. Yeah,
he is. He's he'll end up being media director at some point.
Hayden said Alfie's a hard runner. I don't know that Alfie's a hard runner. He looks like he weighs about 7 stone.
Let's not spend all day on this game.
He's a clever runner.
Let's not just spend all day on this game though.
I know we only got half hour left.
Yeah, exactly. So fuck it. So well done to Solent. I think this will continue to push on what we mentioned, how we thought Solent was going to be challenging the top side, as opposed to. I think it's more of a like it's not an indictment of Cambridgeshire. Essentially, is what I'm trying to say. It's more of a positive for Solent as opposed to an indictment for Cambridgeshire.
So one more point on it. Solent's sideline, and Coach Rains told me this before the match, but you could see it anyway. He said, I've got 90 players registered, right? I was like, oh my God. And then if you looked at the Cat sideline, they probably, I don't know how many players, I didn't count them, but look, between 30 and 40 they had there, right? And it just worried me that the Cats may not have the depth of squad, quality, depth of quality to continue to perform at the level that they're capable of, right? 3-4
couple
injuries
of, couple
the
of key
team-
injuries, and we could be in
so
trouble later in the
that's
season.
my only concern. Can they hang with these teams? Yes, like they're a good side. But then the other thing, the flip side of this 90 players for the Solent, I saw players that were just, they may as well have just been like NCP,
What are you doing?
right? Like just dressed in the same outfits, right? Like
Yeah.
didn't see an inch of field time, just sort of mulling around on the side.
You got to wonder by week 3, are they still going to be there, or?
Yeah. But they do have depth, definitely. Like I said, their running back core is they got TT, who just came back from the Raiders, Tyrolean Raiders, so in the ELF. He's just unreal. They've got Lewis Munt, who's like up and coming running back, but he's so quick.
Have they paid their subs? No, they're all paid for them.
Doesn't matter if they have or not. We don't care.
It's all coming out in a direct. It's all coming out of a direct debit of Steve Rains' account.
Yeah, Rains will sort it out. He knows what he's doing.
Mate, it's on. He's got players on tick.
But yeah, like so I like Solent have definitely got more depth. And yeah, I think they're headed for a good season. They don't have as much depth as on paper with 90 play. Like there would be like 2-3.
There's a big old. There will definitely be a big old drop off from the second string guy to the third string guy, etc.
That's never been any different.
No, it's Britball. There's very rarely you're going to find teams that have like quality depth the whole way through. It just doesn't fucking happen. Yeah. Like most teams are lucky enough if they can put out one quality player at that position, let alone have a quality backup for that position. So,
Nick Watson's just saying his Toast was kitted up. Yeah, he was. Toast was kitted up. I was surprised. I don't know if you know Toast.
No,
me and Nick played with Toast at the Thrashers 15 years ago.
So is this building into your comeback dream? Is it?
No. We're not talking about that anymore. Right.
Okay. So Prem South. Solent, yeah. So Solent 41, Cambridgeshire 20. Solent looks like they're here to stay and compete with the big boys. Cambridgeshire, good showing. Want to see what they do against maybe like Blitz or Kent. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't feel like. I still feel like the Blitz will finish above the Thrashers, but maybe I'm wrong.
So if the Blitz are finishing above the Thrashers,
put the Blitz down there. But then
if the Blitz are finishing,
the Blitz have been like
above the Thrashers,
the best performing team.
But if the Blitz are finishing above the Thrashers, that literally just leaves Kent. That's it, because you've got
fuck.
Because there's six. Anyway. There's 6 teams in that division. Because you've still got Bristol and the Warriors.
Yeah, cool. Anyway, let's move on. All
right, Edinburgh slapped the shit out of Leicester. They slapped the name off the Panthers, sent them back to be in the Falcons. Big up the Wolves.
It was
61-24.
24. Yeah.
Big up Edinburgh.
But then, so there's a couple of bits in this, right? I've always said that Leicester are a yo-yo team. They always just go up and down again. However, I think this may be a call to say maybe the Wolves are the second team in North.
Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Because I had this last year. They kicked the shit out of their first 2 opponents last year. And I was like, this is the year. This is the Wolves' year. I'm in.
Yeah, no, I'm in. That's a
And what I didn't realize is they played Sandwell and fucking Sheffield their first 2 games. And I was like, they've just demolished Sandwell and Sheffield. I'm in. It's the Wolves' year. And then they just got the shit kicked out of them by Tamworth.
So again, the rumour mill churning the way it does. I've heard Tamworth may have some problems. Now, I'm very. I don't hold much.
The problem is
because I just
they're close to Birmingham, and Birmingham's just a hole.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Birmingham's alright. Birmingham. But yeah, I feel like this could be an indicator of maybe there's another little power shift.
No, I need to see them. I need to see them do it. Yeah, just as Oz was out on the Wolves, they've pulled him back. They've pulled me back in. Not yet. I just
they pulled me in. I'll take the heat.
I need to see them do it again. I need to see them do it against like a Tamworth or compete with a Manchester or something. I can't do it based on your lovely fucking. I was about to call them yum yums, but as in like the things you get from the bakery. The
Yam
little,
yams.
no yum yums.
I thought you were
Like,
talking about. Have you heard
no.
about?
So I meant to
That's
say
a
yo-yo.
slur. A yam yam's a slur in West Birmingham, in West Brom.
Is it?
Yeah. They talk weird. Like they got a really
yeah.
strong. That's like the worst accent in Birmingham.
Oh, horrendous!
And the
Absolutely
locals
horrendous.
call them yam yams because that's how it sounds like they're saying yam yam.
Oh,
yam. So they're called yam yams. That's what I thought.
God.
I thought you were showing a really good level of
No.
cultural knowledge.
No, I was talking about things you get from Coupland's bakeries. I meant to say,
Yum yum.
I meant to say yo-yo is what I meant to say, but I said yum yum. So I need to see them.
Yeah, a yam yam team. They just keep going up and down.
Yum yum team. They just walk around, and go yeah. And they're not a yum yum team. They're just turning up at the bakery and just buying all the. Yeah, no. I need to see them do it against someone that isn't Leicester. Essentially,
Fair enough. I think that's. I think you're being. You've been scorned in love before. Oz,
yeah,
and,
I've been burned.
I got burned. Twice shy.
Yeah.
I get it.
100%.
I haven't.
Yeah, I'm in.
I'm riding.
I could turn into Charlie from Always Sunny and sit here and show you through like all of my the mail of how I love the Wolves. Right, I can do it. I'll be mad. Yeah.
Right, what else sticks out for you?
Well, no, I'm just gonna make my way down. Making my way down the divisions. So NFC South Scottish. Valley. Yeah, I mean that the Kings didn't score any points and Clyde Valley won 2 games last year. Like, cool. Like, I don't give that. This one to me just tells me that Clyde Valley. This one to me. This one tells me you're wrong about Clyde Valley, right? Because you're like, oh, Clyde Valley's going to be good this year. They put 21 versus the Kings.
Oh, sorry, I'll go on to the next one when I said this.
Oh, what, the Vikings versus Scunthorpe?
No, Rams, Steam.
Oh, I expected that. Like, the Steam were bad.
It felt mean.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, it felt like the big scary Rams beat up on the.
Oh, it's just
it's a precious little Steam. Like,
it's a quick journey up the A1M for Yorkshire to turn up at who was the home team?
Yorkshire.
Okay, so yeah, it was a quick journey down the A1M for Darlington to turn up and just get their asses kicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
I
seen a comment on our socials today. I think it was with reference to that saying the scoreline doesn't reflect what happened. I'm thinking, oh yeah, that's a hard sell. Like they. What happened then? You know what? He was good for 2 scores. Like what the fuck? You know, like
no. Maybe
50.
No.
They shouldn't have.
No, for all you know, Yorkshire dropped like 6 touchdowns and missed a whole bunch of opportunities. And it doesn't reflect the score. They should have beaten by 100. Like
we should have had running clock. Well, they must.
Have 100%. It should have been running clock moment at halftime.
No surprises there.
Yeah, I didn't think that was going to be close. Like, I feel like Darlington are just not going to. They're going to struggle in that division.
I think the Vikings went the way. So Vikings 24, Scunthorpe Alpha 13. That game went the way I think we predicted. But I really like the fact that it was closer than you'd expect. Right?
I thought the Vikings would. So because obviously Scunthorpe was Div 2 last year. The Vikings were Div 1, but the Vikings just missed out on promotion they were 1 game behind EKP. They were literally right there for promotion. So I thought, and I know Scunny were a very good Div 2 team last year. Like it was in the way that divisions were organized, they were clear, dominant. Like I don't think they lost a game. But I still thought the Vikings were going to do more. So I don't know. I think that's a good performance for Scunthorpe. Like they're coming up against a well-established Div 1 team that's been around in Div 1 for a very long time, has performed very well in Div 1 for a good while, and 11 points in it. So
what I'm hoping with Scunthorpe, right, and it was like wishful thinking maybe, but
oh god, please don't say Prem. Don't say Prem. I do not.
No. Let me finish my thought, Oz. Okay, you bully.
No.
So I'd like to think that Scunthorpe have added, bolstered, got some better players, maybe more coaches in. And they're just figuring out how to gel. And so we haven't seen that, that's their first game, blowing the rust off sort of thing and just sort of figuring out how to play. And I hope, I don't know when the reverse fixture of this is, but even them playing the Rams, I'm hoping that they, their performances actually get better and better as the season goes on, and they
So you want them,
they end up
you
with
want
a
them,
top 3 contender.
I was going to say, do you want them to win that division? Is that what you're saying?
No, I just want them to perform well. I want them to do better. I don't think I can't see past the Rams and the Vikings in this division, right? But I like the idea of Scunny maybe taking a game off of one of them, or just maybe not a game.
Okay.
Maybe they just take the lead by a couple of scores in a game or whatever. But like, I just
and then choke it. And then just like, so essentially you want Scunny to be so you want Scunny to beat up on Darlington as well.
A nice solid season where they continue to improve. Like I like to think
because they've got Holton in Lancashire.
They don't have Holton.
Holton and Lancashire in that division as well. They're in that division.
No, they're not.
Well, then you need to change your website that you own and run.
Yeah, so it's the same on League Republic, but all of those games will be either voided or forfeited because Holton have pulled out of the league.
Have they? And just last week, here I was talking about what a shit little town Holton was, and people were like, "Oh, don't be saying that." Turns out they're not just a shit little town; they're a shit little team. Oh, way to fold, wankers.
So let's move on. This was. If you look, we might start doing this, a retrospective game of the week, right? Like what game looked like the best one? And Birmingham Bulls versus Northants Knights looked like an absolute thriller.
Barnstormer.
Like constantly like changing,
back and forth,
changing league. I don't know the stats on it or anything, but this game looked awesome. And obviously, like, it went down to the wire. It was only a 2-point score in the end. Quality. Like, yeah. So I think this is our
retrospective game of the week.
If we have to award one, like the game I wish I was.
I definitely rebuke that, and I say the Lee Miners versus the Lincolnshire Bombers.
Do you? Okay. Well, we'll get to that. Okay, right. Let's
big ups to Birmingham. Yeah, big ups to Birmingham. Like, I mean, I love Northants. I want them to perform extremely well in this division. And I think last week we'd both kind of been down on Birmingham. We're like, Birmingham's probably going to go down.
They're hot and cold. So Birmingham could do a performance like this and then lose the rest of the games all season. Like that's how. They're just the most unpredictable club I've ever fucking known.
Just going to yam their way around.
I don't dislike them. I want them to do well.
Just want them to be predictable. Stop ruining our predictions.
If I was able to gamble on Britball, I would never include Birmingham in any of my bets.
They'd ruin your multis. They'd ruin your multis.
They kill my hackers, right? And I just that's what they are. They're an hacker killer.
That is legitimately what I want for like Sky Bet. I want Britball multis.
Well, Britball hackers, yeah.
I want Britball. Oh my god!
Britball was on Sky Bet when it was the playoffs once, or a couple of times for a couple of seasons.
So much money.
There was also Bet365 it was on, and that was because someone from Britball worked at Bet365 and got it put in. But
mate, I'd bet my rent. Like,
yeah, but the problem is, how open that is to corruption as well. You'd have to only do like certain types of bets and stuff.
It'd just be I'd be fucking 9 ways, 10 ways, like everything, like my council tax gone. Like it's just I'd get letters in the mail that I'm 3 months behind on my council tax, and I'm like, oh, Wakefield District Raiders,
you swines.
I need to stop betting on Dunfermline. I need it in my life.
Right. Let's move on.
Saints Rushmore.
No. The next one I've got is Spartans Blitz B.
Oh, I went SFC West. You went SFC Central.
Yes.
So Mr. Jake George messaged me on yesterday night at like 9:30. So Jake, who we can see here, finger on the pulse as always, Oz, when talking about Holton, me knowing that they'd gone. So Jake messaged me at 9:30, completely no context, and just said, hee. Absolutely no context whatsoever. So I'm assuming it's because they beat the Spartans. And we'd been talking about them last week about how we weren't sure how the Blitz B were going to go and how the Spartans were going to go. I need to remind people, if anybody gets the Sabres confused the same way that I do, with the Spartans. I was very high on the Sabres and mediocrely high on the Spartans. But yeah,
I think that was fine. I think that's a logical position this year for them.
But then the Sabres lost to Ipswich. The Sabres lost to Ipswich, and the Blitz beat the Spartans. So well done to the Blitz. But where's their ceiling? Is their ceiling
great result?
The Spartans?
That's a great result for them, going away first game of the season and taking a win from the Essex Spartans. That's a good, solid result for them.
Big up the Mandem from the London Blitz, but
you know him, yeah.
All of them, all the Mandem, yeah. But it's like you beat the Spartans, cool. You are really high on the Olympians in this division. That's what I mean. And I personally, I'm higher on the Stallions and the Hornets.
Cool.
I feel like I thought that the Spartans, the Blitz, were gonna, trade wins and losses, and I have no idea what Norwich is going to do. I hope they do well, but I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm hoping they're like a surprise package.
I hope they beat some teams and create some drama. But it's like this game was kind of what we'd expect. Like it was a lowish scoring, close-ish game. The reverse fixture will probably be the same, but it could be that the Spartans win it. Like it doesn't really tell me anything yet.
Okay. Knights Saints.
Knights Saints. I am not I was low on the Saints last week.
Yes.
And I still am.
Yeah.
I feel like this is more of an indictment to Rushmore.
I'm surprised that Rushmore conceded 13 points.
2 scores. Yeah.
But the other thing, so what I found out since, Rushmore didn't have.
I forgot you are the insider.
You're
well, you're gonna have to come up. You're gonna have to
the middle linebacker, and he's the other guy that helps run. So
Spartans will win games this year very well. We'll win games this year. Very physical, well run, good bar, and gave us a couple of free hot dogs.
That's all that matters is the hot dogs.
Yeah, 100%. So that's Jake telling us do not bet on the Blitz B to win the reverse fixture.
Yeah,
because the Spartans are going to win it. There we go. We got inside information for you, Brickball bets.
So Rushmore didn't have their starting QB Calvin Stipp because of a registration thing, like a transfer thing. So he was not playing. Neri wasn't playing either. And we're not going into it. But I feel like what is going to be the main firepower or another dimension to the Knights' offense wasn't there. So probably not. I think judge them on, the next couple games with Stitt under center. But I think with that considered, it's an okay win. But yeah, I'm not blown away by it from the Knights.
Yeah, it kind of feels like. It kind of feels like they did what was expected of them, but they didn't overperform.
They were only at 55%, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Says Niven.
Well, it's just it's. Yeah, it's. I expected more, but again, at 55%, it's the first game of the season.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. The Raiders start off their amazing run of multiple wins.
But multiple wins
because they get to play DC.
Because they get to play DC multiple times. That's why they get multiple wins, is because they get to play DC multiple times.
Yeah, we'll see. But they got a win. That's good. I'm pleased with them.
Because it's just DC. It's the Presidents.
Can only beat what's in front of you, Oz.
Yeah, but it's like that should already be in that win is already pre-marked. I'm not double counting a win against the DC Presidents.
They did what they needed to. What could they have done to change anything that you just said about them?
The only thing that would change my opinion about the Raiders in this one is if they'd lost to DC. And then I'd be like, well, fuck me, you're even worse.
They could have won 50-0, 70-0.
Yeah, no, you don't get points. You don't get like brownie points for beating DC. It doesn't happen. It's like fucking dad, dad comes home and he's like, "Oh, I paid the power bill this month," and everybody else just looks at him and goes, "It's what you're supposed to do. Good on you." Like, turning up at a PTA meeting. "Oh, I take care of my kids." Good. Like, you don't get a fucking biscuit for doing your job.
But at the same time, they're caught between a rock and a hard place for you. Then, for the way that I see it is, everything's going to plan. A win's a win.
Everything's going to plan. You conceded 2 scores at least to the DC Presidents.
I'm gonna get I'm gonna actually order some merch from them for these live streams.
Yeah, you're just gonna make sure it's the official one, so it's HMP Wakefield District.
You know what? I hope they capitalize on that and do some HMP Wakefield District.
You know what they need to do, mate? They need to get that old mate off of Facebook who was selling the Prime for like $1,000 a box. Like the KSI Logan Paul. Yeah, old mate from Wakefield, old Wakey Wines. They need to get him sponsoring the team, and then I'll change my opinion on them.
Right, let's move on because we need to look at the next week's fixtures, and we got
we got the Raiders, we got the Raiders and the Storm. What can you take away?
You've skipped. Oh no, you haven't skipped. It's just the way I'm looking at it.
Do you want to do the North before? Yeah, there's nothing I can take away from that at all.
Well, no, I don't see
Who's the best QB in Wakefield? Wakey Wines. Abdul, go forward. Abdul, come back. You haven't seen it, have you? You have no idea what I'm on about.
No,
yeah, Ryan knows. Ryan knows.
Yeah, that's cool. You and Ryan.
The man them in Wakefield.
What I'm saying with this, I don't. Yeah, like if anything, based on like recent years, this is a result that reflects poorly on the Renegades because they didn't score enough.
Yeah, you thought the Renegades were going to make some noise in this division.
Yeah, I mean, they still could.
I thought the Storm were going to do absolutely nothing.
That feels like an uninspired or like a tough game. No dominance that I would have.
I don't even know if you can put that down to like weather or anything. Because I'm pretty sure the whole country had nice weather yesterday.
Oh, it's lovely. I got a sunburnt head. Look.
Yes, you do. Look at that red nut.
Never had that before. That was fucking weird. Anyway, I've got to take sun cream with me on these live streams now. Obviously, I'm used to being out on a Sunday, but with a helmet on, or sometimes a helmet on, sometimes I don't. Anyway, right. Lee Minor, this one, I want to let you go with this.
Huge.
Brilliant.
Huge.
I love it.
Like, do we know what the Lee Miners recruitment has been like this off-season? Because the Bombers were making noise. Like last season, the Bombers were good in their division. The Bombers were good. This is massive.
Yeah, huge. I love it. I think I've said this like the last couple of years. The Lee Miners are a well-run outfit, right? They've just constantly proven that they're slick. Like I said, James Hyam is a very good chairman. He's got them funding. He's done well on social media. He's got there's good camaraderie there from what I can tell. And it's just it's now starting to pay off with some results. And I hope this isn't a one-off for this season. I hope they get
their third or fourth season at like non-associate level.
Yeah, I think it's their
I think it's their third.
Because there's the COVID season they played.
Yeah, COVID season, which was like their little association sort of thing. Yeah,
I just love it if they ended up with a winning record this year. That would be amazing.
Right, so it's the second season outside of a season. No, because last year wasn't their first season, was it?
Was it? Maybe I'm getting confused with the Lightning.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Okay.
I felt like they were a little bit more established than. I felt like they'd been around. We'd been talking about them for about. I thought this was sort of the third year we'd been talking about.
Yeah. It feels like that to me.
Okay, there we go. No, second season in the.
What does that mean? We must. Are you being all picky there? Did you play games in 2021? That's what I'm asking.
That's the question.
Why do I have to go into lawyer mode with some of these people? It's like, have you ever seen Shrek with Pinocchio trying not to like tell a lie?
Oh yeah.
Maybe be a something. That's what this feels like.
Did you play games last year? And did you play games the year before?
Technically not our second unseason. What the fuck?
Technically, we played second compare. See, there.
Answer my question. You
Fuck off.
bastard.
I don't give a shit
Did
about
you
your
play?
competitive. Because I'm looking at
that could
this.
tell me,
If I look
actually.
at these scores, DC has never had a fucking competitive season because no one's ever felt threatened by them, right? But they've been in the league for a few years, so don't use this competitive season bullshit.
They played. Okay, tell me what year. 127 0 to Chester Romans, 2021.
So that was one of their associate games.
2021. They're telling, but that's not their associate. Oh, come on. They're saying that's 4 associate games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, guys. The stats don't lie.
How many association games are you supposed to? I thought it was 2 or some shit.
No, but they're clinging. I think they're clinging to this thing of 2021 didn't happen, even though it was a league.
Yeah, no, he's right. Mitchell's right. I gave Lee no chance. I had Lee getting battered. 100%. I did because I thought you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Class move by both teams to dedicate the game and sign ball to Don Edmondson yesterday. That is class.
Surely that's the Wolves.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. He said, "Oops."
Okay. Let's put it this way: we have been talking about you guys, but this is the 3rd year that we've been talking about you guys. We were talking about you in 2021.
Doing association in Prem, wasn't it? That was the CBB Kings game. Oh, okay, cool. No, it was Kings. Kings versus Clyde
right, okay. Right, okay. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, just going back to the earlier comment where you mentioned about second competitive season, the Kings have never had a competitive season. They've never been competitive with anybody, so don't come at me with this competitive bullshit. Reality is, we've been talking about these guys since 2021. So,
yeah,
I'm wondering.
I can't believe they've got this like they're trying to gaslight us.
Yeah,
or maybe they're the one that's gaslit. Like.
I don't know. But
like, oh no!
What I was going to say is maybe there's some continuity here. Like
the season we don't speak of.
The season must not be named. It's the Voldemort season, 2021.
The Voldemort season.
Yeah, the Voldemort season.
You played 3 years, right? Like
the Lee Valley Voldemorts. Awesome.
Lee Valley. They're just Lee.
I don't know. Yeah, why am I saying Valley? They're just Lee. It's just Lee Miners. Lee Valley.
Miners.
From now on, they are the team who must not be named. Every time they pop up, they're just the team who must not be named. No, but all I was going to say is I was just wondering if there's more like some continuity. If this is the 3rd season that they've been on our radar, we've been talking about them. Is this the time when they're actually like last year? You know, I gave them no chance this year. But if you're doing something for 3 fucking years and you're doing it consistently, you'd hope that you start to get better at it.
They've shown that they've got consistency.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
I don't know what I said about them last week. Where someone's saying,
it was me. I gave them no chance.
I'm fairly sure I sort of was like, no, I like this team. And...
You've always been slightly positive because you want big things from them. I just looked at their season stats last year and thought they were going to get pummeled.
I don't care if they're good or if the Lee Miners are good or bad, but what I don't care about that location or the team or whatever. I think that the people
you like the way the teams run.
Yeah, and I think that should be rewarded with wins on the field because it should be something that people aspire to do in the game.
Yeah, you have always been a big proponent of the way that they've gone about setting up and running their club.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's right. I thought the Bombers had kicked the crap out of them. Get me on Old Takes Exposed.
Have you got a quote for me? Is there a quote for me? Because I'd like to know what I said. Hopefully I was a lot more positive than that. But
no,
anyway.
100%. I thought the Bombers would. But it turned out that I was wrong. And luckily, we set up the beginning of the show saying that there's no real facts that come out of the show. It's all just opinion based, and none of us do any research.
We covered you. You're all right, mate.
Anyway, right. Disclaimer at the start.
But yeah, no idea great stuff. Looking forward to seeing their next few.
Yeah. If you're worried about Sportank talking crap about the Lee Miners, it's literally just me. I'm the only one. Steve has been a big fan of you guys for years. The division itself might be given a little bit more credit. Might be a little bit more competitive than it's been given credit for. Is that because you're all bad compared to each other?
Don't say that, Mitchell. That's the worst way of saying it.
We're all bad, and we've all just been dumped in together. So when you put 5 bad teams together, we all look bad.
Ryan,
No,
we
I'm
already
just-
covered this at the top of the show, but yeah, completely agree.
No,
They
I'm
were
just,
good.
I'm taking like I'll eat crow. Big up the Lee Miners for a victory that I didn't think they were going to get, and well
Hey,
done.
they're
Hey.
another team I might order some merch from.
I hope, mate. I hope they continue it. I hope they continue. Keep proving me wrong, boys. Take this, like
I
take
don't
last
say
week,
that, you
and just
goon.
no. Keep proving me wrong because no, because then we
Prove
get
me
better
wrong.
football. No, we get better football. I want better football. Maybe we're all pub team. Maybe you are Mitchell, but like be a pub team that plays entertaining football and makes people want to go to the games.
All right, loser. Let's move
Oh,
on.
Don't order it yet.
Don't
My
order it
customer
yet.
don't
My
have new
customer
branding
don't
yet.
have a new branding yet. Oh yeah, I noticed there was a new brand. I'll fix that on our website as well. Their brand is like, instead of look like a gnome with a pickaxe, it's like looks like just like the sharp bit of a pickaxe, like just a spike.
Can I put
It
messages?
looks a lot
I
more
can't put
like
messages.
modern.
Right, I'm sending you a picture. I'm sending it over WhatsApp because I can't post images into the private chat of this, and it's because you told me that the talking about this is what I've been searching this whole time. You told me about the Knights missing players left, right, and centre, and then you mentioned Neary, and this is the image I get of him.
What, the over 35? What do they call it?
Just
Something like a midlife spread or something like that, where you get
just-
fat and you've got skinny legs. That's where I am now.
Yeah,
could be me.
the man's
That
got
could be
man's got no legs whatsoever.
People don't know what we were talking about, actually.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
okay. Anyway, let's move on.
Okay,
East Essex Sabres 0, Ipswich Cardinals 6.
mate, this is a bigger upset than the Lee Miners Lincolnshire.
Oh, I don't
thought-
know about
No,
that.
okay,
I don't know about that.
It is based on what I was saying last week. I thought East Essex was gonna win the division, and I thought Ipswich were gonna get relegated to association. I don't know.
Do you know what my
I thought they were
initial
gonna
thought
lose
was
the
when I
division.
saw this result? Was like, oh, maybe the RAF have put some more heads up.
Have they opened a new base?
That's literally what happens. Yeah, like their air base, they get a few players in, and then they're fucking awesome.
I thought Ipswich and Sussex were going to be like wrestling for the worst team in this division, and I thought East Essex was going to romp this division.
Yeah,
and
I mean it's a close scoreline, but still, yeah. And we don't know. I don't know if I assume that's one TD, but it could be 2 field goals. Field goals don't typically happen down in Div 2, do they? But who knows?
Not really.
No, it's a scary call, isn't it? You've got to have someone that can snap the ball to someone that can then grab the ball and hold it and put it down, and then someone that can time a kick to go over the uprights. Those things are very difficult.
And you need all three of them to be able to do that job at an
at the
adequate
same
level.
time.
Yeah, in cohesion at an adequate level. Yeah. And then not only that, you need to have a field that is of a good enough quality to survive that ball being kicked off of the ground, and not just
a group of people in front that are going to be able to block some people that are
yeah, exactly. There's so many things
going on.
There's so many things that most of Div 2 football does not provide that you need to be able to kick those field goals.
Right, let's have a quick. Should we have a very quick run through the
Yeah, what do we got coming up? How am I going to be wrong this week?
I'll put it on. Let me get it on screen.
Yeah, bring it up. I want to know how I'm going to be wrong this week and who's going to be in the who's going to be next week's Ryan, literally clipping me to put it in the chat.
Let me get rid of the chat. There we go. Is that big enough?
Yeah,
make it bigger.
It'll do.
Right, there we go. So Prem South. Prem North. Let's start with the Prem North.
All right. EKP Nighthawks.
Good game.
Very good game.
Good game. Who are you calling?
Oh, I'm taking EKP. I'm taking EKP.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, just because I've been historically down on the Nighthawks with calling them the Mercy Rule Nighthawks.
Yeah, right.
So,
yeah. Okay,
yeah.
I'll go Nighthawks then.
Okay. Because we want to be contrarian.
I feel like I should be contrarian here.
Okay.
This is the game. This is what we need. Table game. This is deciding who's home and who's away in the semi-final.
Oh, apparently. This is the game. Do I go out and have to contact Ed Sheeran about declaring my love via song for the Edinburgh Wolves?
or do they just get their pants pulled down by Manchester? And I realised that I didn't have to wait 2 weeks before I got my heart broken, and it was just
Manchester. I'm going to say it. Manchester.
Oh
are
yeah,
winning this,
yeah.
man.
It's just
like,
it's just by how much. It's literally just by how much.
Oh no, I don't think that actually. I don't know.
I can't do
I
it,
expect.
man. I can't do it.
Edinburgh to put up around 20 odd points, and Manchester to do 30 to 40. That's what I'll.
I can't do it. I'm just. I'm gonna say Manchester wins by 25.
Okay. I think this one. I'm gonna.
Are you gonna betray it? Are you betraying your roots? Are you betraying all your friends, all your insiders?
I do. I would love to see a Thrashers win because I like them. They're good. I can't go against the Warriors. I can't. Like
it's just it's okay. To be
too
honest,
early in the season anyway.
Anybody who actually cares on the process of how I'm sort of considering these, it's literally too early. And every fucking year, we say this is the year teams get close to London. We do it every single year, and every year we're like, in terms of the South, we're usually wrong. And it's just too early. I can't do it in their first game of the season. I can't turn around.
The Thrashers, I think, and we don't know yet, right? But I think the Thrashers will have got better this season, right? Because they've had their first season in the Prem, and now they're not.
See,
that they're
this is literally right now. You are every NFL fan. No, you're every NFL fan ever through the like late 2000s through the 2010s, explaining why the Patriots aren't going to win the Super Bowl this year. Like
I'm not saying that.
It's because you're like especially in the late 2010s, it's like Brady's getting older, Belichick isn't as good as he used to be, the defense isn't top 10. You can list. Look, it's while the Warriors are still the Warriors, I'm gonna keep predicting the Warriors to win. Right? It's.
Do me a favor. Put your arm like that so it goes off the screen. No, up like to the middle.
Oh, hello.
There you go. I just thought of it.
Dickhead.
So, what I was trying to say, which you.
Because you were gonna say something. You were gonna prattle on and give me some bullshit speech about how Solent's gotten better and they're gonna get closer.
And they will continue to get better once they're a third, fourth year Prem team. People will start to, you'll see more people traveling further to go to them. People that maybe travel outside of what would be their current catchment zone to, to the other London teams or maybe even Bristol will probably turn around and say, "Oh, it's quicker to get here," and this team are looking better. So. I think the Thrashers are just going to continually get better, and they will win a bowl game within the next 5 years.
Okay, well, we'll come back and predict.
But I think they're going to lose this game.
I was going to say, are we predicting 5 years from now? Or are we predicting the fucking Warriors coming up this week?
Oh, your audio almost went then. And then the next one, I think the Blitz are going to win that, and I think they're going to win it convincingly.
Am I gone? Am I here?
No, you're back, but there was a couple of clicks, like things.
We got close to panic. I'm the same.
It's got to be Inverclyde, I think.
What do you mean it's got to be? Like,
I just think they're a little bit better.
Where's this? I think
because
the main
I remember a season when Inverclyde wiped the floor with everyone, and everyone was like, "This is unfair," because the West Coast Trojans have folded, and Inverclyde have picked up everyone, and now they're these are like better players. So
the question is not. When looking at these games, right? The question is not like, how much do the Goliaths win by? Blah blah blah, all that sort of bullshit. Do Dunfermline score a point? No. I don't see how. This team was Prem last year, and I know that they were fucking shit in the Prem last year, and they got relegated, because they were so bad. I don't know how the Kings score a point. I just don't.
Okay. Let's move on. Knights Giants. That's the game we're live streaming, so I'll be there, which is going to be quite cool.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Is it in Northampton?
It's in Northampton.
If it was in Sheffield, I might make the trip down.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. Okay.
Maybe.
Well, it's not.
Maybe. Maybe
Uh,
it's still like 2.5 hours down to Sheffield. It's a long way.
yeah. I think it's about two. I think mine's about 2.5 hours up to.
Mate, I've just
time.
got back from Manchester Airport just before I jumped on stream because I had to pick the missus up. She'd been in Barcelona, so
Yeah.
I've literally done Newcastle to Manchester Airport on Friday, and then on fucking again today.
Oh, mate, I'd have just paid for her to get an Uber or something.
No fucking way.
Save my time.
I mean, you could have paid for her to get an Uber, but you didn't. So
Yeah,
I
no,
had to go
didn't.
pick her up.
She's not my missus though. So
Well, we weren't
Not
talking about
anymore.
your missus.
Not anymore.
We were talking about. Look, don't make me bring Sandy into this, Steve.
Sandy's my mum.
I know.
I wasn't telling anyone watching.
I wasn't going to tell everybody watching.
Oh, brilliant. Anyway, right, let's just focus on the Knights Giants. You said, "Oh, we'll keep this under an hour." I was like, "Yeah, we'll keep it under an hour."
Yeah.
Well, actually, you've been on an hour.
Yeah, I've only just arrived. I haven't done my hour yet.
Right, let's do Knights Giants. Go.
Giants.
I'll go Knights. I don't know either. If you'd have gone Knights, I'd have said Giants. I'm just going opposite you in this. Just
See, I love the Knights though. I absolutely love the
they're
Knights.
quality.
But I just, you know what? Nah, you can have the Giants. I don't know anybody in Sheffield. I don't give a shit if I offend them. Nah, you got the Giants. I'm taking the Knights.
No, I don't mind that.
I can't betray my love.
Okay.
I can't betray my love.
Let's go. Tasty. This is. I think this might be our favourite division this year, or conference. Sorry, this year. I like all of these matchups.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna go spicy. I'm gonna go Devils, Stallions, Olympians. Because I'm spicing up with the Devils. Because I picked Norwich to be one of the top two, and I'm picking the Devils.
I would have gone Stallions, but I'm gonna go because you've gone Stallions. I'm gonna go Blitzby, Devils, Olympians.
Be contrarian. I took the Olympians.
Contrarian on that one because I think it's quite evenly balanced.
Be contrarian. I took the Olympians.
Yeah, I want the Olympians.
Yeah, I already took them. Yeah,
I've always been the person saying the O's are good. Even last year when you were like,
I don't care. I want you to have to root against them. I took the Olympians.
The Olympians have got Chucky. No one else has got Chucky.
Well, because there's only one fucking Chucky.
Exactly. Well, and they've
apart
got
from the little red-headed doll that runs around trying to murder people on TV.
Yeah.
Right.
Bobcats Knights. Bobcats Knights with Calvin Stitt.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking this was they split the series last year, didn't they? And each time the losing team came out and said we didn't have our quarterback.
Is that what happened?
Remember? Yeah, like last year they split the series, and when Rushmore won, Bournemouth was like, "Oh, we did not have all our players. We didn't have our quarterback."
I think this will be a good game. I think this is.
And then the next game, when Bournemouth won, all the Rushmore players came out and were like, "Oh, we didn't have our quarterback. You know, we weren't at full strength."
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's full strength versus full strength. I'm gonna have to take the Knights. I just think
I was gonna have the Knights.
Well, you can have them. I don't give a fuck. I'll let you pick first because I don't give a fuck about being contrarian. I'll
pick the Knights. I'll pick the Knights in this one. I think I'm going to pick the Knights all season. I like what they're doing.
Are they going undefeated? They're gonna because Russell's watching.
No,
are they going undefeated? Because they've got Hertfordshire, and Russell's watching.
I think it's those two for the top two positions.
Yeah, but you said you're going to pick them all season, so are they going undefeated?
Yeah,
you're calling it now.
I can't do that to Russ. Ask me when we come across them.
Because I remember you had a lovely live stream with the coach last season, and the coach came out and said that his team was going to go like 10-0 or some shit, and they fucking fell apart, and he ended up.
Was that last season?
That was Ian Ellis last season.
Oh, Ian Ellis. I thought you were talking about.
No, I'm talking about Sussex when they came out and they said they were going to go undefeated, and they shit the bed.
Oh my god, I'm going Warhawks Raiders.
Oh, you're really going out on a fucking limb here with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Whatever gave you how did you deduce that HMP Wakefield was going to win this game? Was it based on the fact they just
amazing?
Or was it based on the fact they just fucking beat them convincingly?
Yeah.
And they've beaten them for as long as I can remember?
Yeah. I've still got to call it. They've still got to play the game. You can't.
I'm taking. I don't think they do. It's DC. I'm taking Wake. You know what? I'm gonna pray for Donny. I'm a pray for
Pray for
Donny.
Donny,
Hashtag
okay.
pray for Donny.
I'm going Humber. I'm
No,
going.
it's a
I'm
shithole
going.
of a place.
You've got. Sorry about the logo, guys. I will change it, but I'm going Lee Miners absolutely in this game. I've seen that Staffordshire Surge recently. Some pictures. I don't know if it was like pre-season game. It must have been. But John Wise was at quarterback. Now John Wise is quality, but the fact that he's playing tells me, and not coaching tells me that they might be scraping for numbers a bit.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure John Wise was quality in Britball about 25 years ago.
He's one of the best players I've ever played with or against, and I've done both.
I get that,
He's
but
awesome. He's awesome.
I'm fairly sure he was on a Britball roster during Y2K.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So it's Father Time is undefeated. I
awesome.
think the washing powder is going down the sink, so I'm going to take the Miners as well.
Okay, cool. What do we do here?
I'll
go Storm.
I don't care.
I've got a bit of a dislike for the Stampede for how they've conducted themselves over recent years, and I don't like saying that because they're a relatively new team. But yeah, they forfeited games and stuff. So I'm going Storm on this one.
This one just kind of hurts my eyes that it's happening.
There we go. Some love for Johnny. John Wise, always been quality, great guy, talented player.
Can I just abstain based on the fact that I don't want to have to make an assessment of these two?
No, you got to just pick one. Just fucking pick one.
Oh fuck. This is like, Jesus. This is like choosing which one of your legs you want to fucking cut off.
Well, surely you pick the stronger one. It's the same question again.
But what you don't realize is that in this situation, in this fucking weird version of Saw, the guy's a paraplegic. He hasn't felt either one for 20 years.
Just
the best.
Just hurry up.
The Storm didn't score a point.
You're going Stampede.
You
cut out then, but I did at the end of it. Okay.
Yeah, Hereford.
Last game, Wyverns Monarchs.
Wyverns.
Me too, Wyverns. I want the Monarchs to be good again because they got absolutely stitched up by their previous head coach or previous one when they were the Cornish Sharks.
Oh, that was
they're a team that I really want to do well, but they just
years ago
haven't quite done it. Years ago,
I think
2020.
Oh, I thought it was like 2018.
No,
wasn't because I was going to say it was like the gloves fucking issue.
No, I know something. I'll tell you later. I don't want to.
Okay.
I'll get done for slander again.
You're gonna air people's dirty laundry. I think Monarchs are arguably the second best team in this division, but I think that the Wyverns are the best. So I'm taking the Wyverns.
Sweet. Right. Is there anything else that you want to say? I know I've just noticed at the bottom it says rankings. We're not doing rankings. I will release some.
No, we did yesterday. Last week we did rankings. Last week we said who was going to finish top and who was going to finish bottom.
Yeah.
You want anything any more detailed than that?
Power rankings we're not doing. But yeah, cool. Is there anything else you want to say? I think I've got.
Do you want to? I was going to say, have you still got that? Do you want to preempt?
You cut out.
Oh, good.
You've what?
I just said, if you've still got that picture there, do you want to try preemptively pick a game of the week?
No,
just looking.
Oh, what? Like our game of the week looking back?
No, not yeah. As in, what do you think we will be talking about next week?
Hornets Devils.
Hornets Devils?
Yeah.
Do you know who Michael Johnson is now? Yeah, he's world famous Olympian. Absolutely, just blistering fast human being.
Has he got some? Is Caden
from the 2000s? What was that?
Caden about to throw some stats at us. Oh no, actually. Yeah, no, I'm going to go that game. There is. I was going to go potential game of the week Wolves Titans, but I think the Titans will just be too strong.
I was going to go with the game of the week of EKP.
Oh, okay.
EKP Nighthawks. EKP Nighthawks is what I think we will be talking about that.
So, guys, just to be clear, we need to maybe come up with a better name for game of the week. Yeah. We're saying that when we look back at it, it's the game that we think we would love to have been at, the most competitive. Yeah. The best game.
I don't even know if it has to be the most competitive. Like, if one side completely blows out the other side, I'd love to see that, especially if it's a team that especially if it's a team blown out.
Right. Yeah, I suppose it depends on the stature of the team. But
so, for example, like if the Wolves win, like for no reason at all. Like, I'm not predicting anything. But if the Wolves went and blew out the Titans by like 50 points, that would be my game. I'd be like, I would have loved to have seen that. I would have loved to have known what happened
what the
for
hell
Manchester
happened.
for the wheels to fall off.
Right.
It's just based on storylines and some little fucking weird algorithm in my head. What game I would have liked to have watched the most?
Yeah. So we need to find a different name for this because calling it Game of the Week is going to confuse everyone. But let's do that.
Nah, fuck him. They can
leave
be
Game
confused.
of the Week to the Breens. Leave power rankings to the Breens. Leave the proper grown-up review to the Breens.
anything that actually requires thought and intelligence to the Breens.
If you want a proper coverage, go and see them. We're just
if you actually want to learn something about Britball, just unclick the stream. Don't come back.
Yes, it's the cable. We will get it sorted.
Buy me one.
You want me to
do the show? You want me to do the show? You want me to do the show with you? Buy me one.
I fucking already said it. I've already said that, so I don't know why I'm being challenged in this way when I've already said, take a picture of the cable. I'll buy you a new one.
Because I'm a challenging person.
But it doesn't make sense. You're not an illogical person, though, are you?
I can be.
Anyway,
no, I don't like to be. I don't like to. I'll use this next time. I'll go back to my old headset.
Okay. Let's go. Thanks, everyone.
Are we just ending it like that? I was going to say, let's go. We're going.
Yeah, I don't know. Nothing else to say.
No, we are the rundown. We'll be back next week. Clip it. If we've said something about your team,
clip our stuff and tell us what we've done wrong.
Yeah. If we've said something about your team and you prove us wrong.
Uniball and the rundown version of Uniball constantly got clipped and then memed, and it was like Tebs got rinsed, and it was brilliant. Like
pull the receipts
as well.
100% pull receipts.
Yeah,
if we clown on you,
that level of because that to me. Even though you're taking a piss out of it, like that's like endearing.
It's infamy. It's infamy, mate. I love it.
Yeah.
If we're clowning on you, and you clown on us on our opinions on the field,
mean the shit out of us.
Yeah, 100%. Keep those receipts.
Yeah.
But just make sure you keep that same fucking energy the entire season. Because I swear to God, if you slip up and someone if we call you out and then you come out one game and you have one good game and then you fucking pants for the rest of the season.
Yeah, it's going to be good fun. But also, if you go too hard, then I'll sign
Steve will block you. Steve will 100. No, Steve will block you. Steve is petty like that. If you start going too hard attacking him, he will block you.
I've unblocked so many people recently because I was like,
I'm proud of you.
Huh?
I'm proud of you.
I don't care because I was like, that was it. I was
that's
a
big step. That's a big step.
Well, I don't care. Like I want to focus on the.
Does this put you? What? This is like. What's acceptance is the fifth stage of grief? Like, is we're at acceptance now?
What am I grieving?
You're grieving people being mean to you.
Yeah. Oh, that's grief. That's like proper grief, not.
Yeah. They've been griefing you. Yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah. I don't. Yeah, I mean, if someone goes OTT, then they're blocked again, But yeah, we unblock loads. Like most of the people we block now are just like Indian and Pakistani kit suppliers. I don't know if you're aware of this issue, but they are relentless and multiple companies contacting us to say, "Oh, we'd like to do your kits."
And but we're not a team.
Doesn't fucking stop them. Mate, you clearly don't know this problem. It is.
Have you got any samples?
Awful. Yeah.
No, not samples of the mist. Have you got them to send?
No, I did try, right? Because I was going to do this. I was going to do a thing where I got them to send us loads of samples and then say, "Look, they've got all these kit. This kit and then raffle it off. Like, we want to see free competition or whatever."
Yeah, I want to see what their work's like. If they want to win the contract, just tell them that we've got open tender, and
No, well, every time I've tried to get free samples, they're like, "Oh, will you pay £60 for the shipping?" I'm like, "No, I'm not paying nothing."
No. Why is it £60? Where are you shipping from? The Antarctica?
Yeah, see, this is take the samples. We get enough of them to buy kits for the year. Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I was thinking. Was like, if you needed kits, you could just say, "Send me one."
Oh yeah, but can you imagine?
It'd just be funny as well.
Can you imagine the mismatch in quality though?
Yeah, exactly. I actually think it may actually be
it's all the same
like
one
or two
distribution
manufacturers, so there won't probably be much in between it.
with a million
It's
different
like-
fucking Facebook pages.
Yeah, I was like, I was going to do a post about it, but I was like, no, it's a bit too meany. But like
yeah.
a post about there being like a school that trains them to do this. Like there's a qualification to be like a kit supplier. And
Wasn't there like a Netflix show about the telemarketers? There was a Netflix movie about the telemarketers, and then they were like, no, you got to use your white voice.
Yeah.
Like,
well, do you know what?
Same sort
I've
of
actually years ago when I worked for TalkTalk, we had an office in Durban in South Africa, and that's just a heavily Indian place. Like everyone's Indian there. My boss was from there.
South Africa.
Yeah, in South Africa.
So it's a heavily Indian place in South Africa.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's like shanty towns there as well.
I just wanted to make sure that we were talking about the same continent.
In South Africa, I'm telling you, right?
Okay.
And so I went there. I was a trainer, as you know. I worked as a trainer, and I trained I don't know, a whole room, 30 odd people for 2 weeks on how to sell TalkTalk stuff. And we actually did a session on British culture, and I was like, this is a fox, this is EastEnders. Yeah, I was like, this is the money. And I actually had the fucking money, and I brought it in. I was like, this is a $5, these are the coins, like teaching them all that sort of stuff. So yeah,
this is Phil Mitchell.
Yeah, the wildlife, they love the wildlife. They were amazed by it. Badgers. That's real. That's the real thing.
No, but I'm amazed. I'm amazed by badgers as well. Like I am still yet to see and I've talked about this on the show many times. I'm still yet to see a real one like out just doing its thing. Like mate, everybody's always like, oh, come down the M5, you'll see them stacked up along the motorway. And I'm like, I don't want to see. I don't want to see a corpse. I want to see just a badger out, just badgering things.
Yeah, no, they're really violent. So they're Wolverines. That's the family of fucking animal they're in. But,
I want to just see him out there just doing his thing. Yeah, well, because I read this like series of books when I was a kid. It was written by a dude based out of Liverpool, and obviously, world famous author because the books made it all the way in New Zealand. But it was like a series of books, and it was all British animals as the characters, like with human traits. So it was like you had that little mice.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know.
Mate, I've got them all fucking here.
Is it like the Willow something? Wind in the Willows?
No.
Have you got them there?
Mate, I've still got them here from when I was a kid.
That's not what I was expecting.
And they have like mice, and they're like the biggest, strongest ones of the whole world that they have is the badgers, and they're like big badger warriors, and they wield axes and stuff.
No, I wasn't expecting that.
They like forge armors and live in volcanoes.
I'll send you a picture of the book I was thinking, which is a children's book, and they drink.
Oh, I know what Wind in the Willows is. We see in his little doublet. Should we have tea?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just Toad and Mr. Mole.
Toad getting well stitched up.
Yeah. I know Wind in the Willows.
I'm struck gold here with this one. The fake stream guys as well. So I try.
I thought he was actually meaning fake Steam guys, as in like Steam, the gaming platform.
No,
and I was
stream.
like,
so they'll come up with a link and say like they post on Britball post. They started doing it on.
Used to see them in the game day lives. Used to see them in the game day lives all the time.
Fucking hate it. I've had a badger set in the wood outside my sitting room. Damn thing keeps turning on the light. So they're also very clever.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it's just a badger just chilling in the city.
It's just like I can't. He's like I can't see fuck all here. And,
He's like, I can't read my book. How am I supposed to read about what the other badgers are up to?
Crosses his little legs and just relaxes. Like anything. Let's go. This is why we need to end the stream promptly rather than getting into nonsense.
No, because we lose 10 minutes to just absolute nonsense.
No, we still got 29 viewers for some reason. Thank you, but we're going.
Thank you for hearing us talk about badgers in Tom's sitting room.
And Oz showing his book review.
Yes, welcome to Sportec Book Club.
Yeah, it's coming, mate. Let's do that for the winter.
Mate, I'll tell you what. I'm going to read this instead of watching the fucking Dunfermline game.
Right. See you guys later. Thank you very much. Goodbye. We'll be back next week. We'll be streaming on Saturday. We've got the Breens doing their show, I think, Friday, if they're both available. Power rankings are ready. I need to just tidy them up, send them out.
I thought we didn't do power rankings.
Yeah, we're slowly getting back into the fold again. Looking forward to taking all my evenings away.
It's going to be
and,
a great. It's going to be a great bid brawl
wonderful.
season. I can't wait, and I hope that some teams prove me wrong, and most of them prove me right.
Prove me wrong. It's the worst thing to say. Anyway,
No, I
no,
want to be proved wrong.
I'm drawing a line. I'm drawing a line here. Goodbye.